Right now, as you are watching this, molecule that runs every repair system in your body is running out.
I used to be everywhere.
And the frightening part? The depletion started before you noticed any symptoms. In fact, for most people watching this, it has been happening since age 30. Your fatigue, your brain fog, the way your body recovers more slowly than it used to, your skin not bouncing back the way it did at 30. None of these are mysteries. They are symptoms of one crisis.
And today I'm to show you something that must be called virus in Wisconsin. The scientifically and that means able to communicate.
Your mitochondria, they run NAD+. Your DNA pay repair of NAD+. You need one NAD+ with alicyclic allistiflins simultaneously. Inside every living cell on this planet for 3.5 billion years. I powered the first organisms enzymes to have complex life form alive. I powered the dinosaurs.
Claire at Harvard calls NAD+ one of the most important molecules for life. His research and where NAD+ loves converse cellular aging markers, published in Nature.
30 minutes, I will show you exactly what NAD+ is, why yours is depleting faster than it should, what happens when it runs out, and the exact foods and protocols that restore it. 2 of them cost under $2. One of them you probably already have in your kitchen. Comment your current energy level right now, from 1 to 10. And if you have never heard of NAD+ before today, type first time so I know. I read every single comment. Start at the beginning. NAD+ stands for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. If that sounds intimidating, forget the name. Here is what it means in plain language. NAD+ as the universal electrical adapter of your biology. Here are the 6 systems that plug into it. Mitochondria, DNA repair, immune system, and reality. 1. Powering your mitochondria. NAD+ is the electron shuttle of the Krebs cycle. It picks up electrons, becoming NADH, and carries them to the electron powering your DNA repair. Every single day, your DNA sustains tens of thousands of breaks and lesions from radiation, oxidative stress is no matter what. 3. Activating your longevity genes. You have 7 sirtuin proteins, the most studied longevity genes in existence. They repair DNA, regulate metabolism, 4. Your circadian clock. SIRT1 is a direct regulator of the molecular clock genes, MAL1 and clock. When NAD drops and circadian fragmentation, to understand what NAD team actually is. It is not a supplement trend. It is not biohacking. It is the molecule at the center of your biology, running your energy, your repair, on your clock reasons your NAD10 is disappearing. 3 mechanisms that are operating inside you right now, draining the molecule your longevity depends on.
Some of you are aware of
PARP, but emergency DN would panels time. 100 NAD+ across 37 trillion cells. That's a massive daily drain. It's not PARP itself. The problem is modern life creates far more DNA damage than our biology evolved for. Blue light from screens, chronic stress, processed food, toxins, and sleep loss each create more DNA breaks. Plus thief number 2, and this is the one most people have never heard of, CD38. But CD38 has implemented top stall immune design. Why CD38 is so dangerous in the context of aging. Its expression increases dramatically with age and with chronic inflammation. So the older you are, the more CD38 you have. Plus thief number 3, declining biosynthesis. Your body makes NAD+ from precursors using an enzyme called NAMP, and NAMP expression decreases with age. The factory is running on half staff. Here is the full picture.
And MAVERT been similarity for it's in a moderate wide. They have production inflammations as they conveying sparting and outmakers with varying CPUs for as that
life amplifies all 3 simultaneously. Chronic stress increases DNA damage for PARP. Processed food triggers inflammation that upregulates CD38. You understand why NAD depletes. Let us talk about what that actually feels like. The symptoms of NAD depletion are extraordinarily common and millions of people are experiencing them right now. Depletes. The first thing to suffer is sirtuin activity. Your SIRT1, the master longevity regulator, requires a NAD ratio above 0.3 to activate. DS depleted and PARP underfueled, DNA damage accumulates faster than repair can keep pace. This has direct observable consequences. Your skin cells accumulate mitochondrial failure is the most immediate consequence of ADN depletion. When AD fail the buffer, AT production drops. Muscle cells come most acutely. This is why you're tired. It consumes 20% of your total energy. When NAD+ drops, the brain is one of the first organs to show functional decline. You know this as brain fog.
Is a direct window into your NAD lasts. Hold the strand for cytowater brain state and fibroblasts, your freight wagly channelford and slows.
We get to the revival protocol, a moment. If this is genuinely useful, hit like. It helps reach those who need it. And subscribe, because every episode builds on the last. Is when NAD-dependent repair processes peak. SIRT1 runs its highest repair activity in deep sleep, the glymphatic brain plaques sleep. The great deep sleep quality experiencing persistent fatigue despite adequate sleep, check. Difficult physical focus and mental clarity, check. Scare is what I want you to hear clearly. Each of these is addressable.
Stress has a three-pronged attack on your NAD. Cortisol increases PARP demand, upregulates CD38, and suppresses NAMPT production. And those stress and molecular
Alcohol
costs.
requires NAD+ to metabolize. The conversion of ethanol to acetaldehyde and acetaldehyde to acetate. Both steps use NAD+ as the electron acceptor.
Radiation creates DNA damage in skin cells. PARP responds by consuming depots. Create a permanent drain on NAD. This is why sun-exposed skin ages faster.
And most people have not heard about. Your gut microbiome produces NAD+ precursors.
Specific bacteria, including Lactobacillus species, you lose one of your NAD+.
The picture is complete, a key evidence-based countermeasure. But a single science that revealed the problem has also mapped the solution. And much of it is in your kitchen. Right to the revival protocol. This is what you stayed for. 3 layers of intervention. Kitchen ADACT precursors, this is your path to restored vitality. 1 begins your body's primary NAD+ synthesis pathway. The de novo pathway, starting from tryptophan, an amino acid, produces NAD+ through an 8-step process.
Stop specifically on edamame, because it is exceptional. Edamame is one of the only common foods that contains measurable NMN. The direct NAD for day no precursor pathway is your most efficient NADS production route, recycling nicotinamide and converting NR and NMN directly into NADS in 2 steps or fewer.
Avocado. Most people know it as a healthy fat, but avocado has the highest NMN content of any common food at approximately 1 laukandia mit
It is arguably the most powerful NAD+ supporting food in the standard kitchen, not just for its NMN content, but because of sulfur of smack. Of your NAD salvage pathway runs on vitamin B3 derivatives. Foods richest in B3, chicken liver, 18 mg per m unbiased source,
deserve special attention because they are exceptional for NAD support in multiple ways simultaneously. They contain niacin for the salvage pathway. They are the richest dietary.
Is one of the most powerful and accessible NAD supporting beverages.
Brew at 100 Fahrenheit of 160 degrees and hot. Steep for 3 minutes to preserve bioactivity.
Kitchen ingredient that most surprised me when I first found the research. Fresh parsley, one of the most common kitchen herbs, contains apigenin, a flavonoid that directly inhibits CD38.
Sources beyond parsley, dried chamomile tea, extraordinarily rich at apigenin by weight. This is the kind of detail that takes a modest effect and makes it substantial.
Tin is the second CD38 blocker, working differently than apigenin, making them complementary.
Quercetin reduces inflammatory NF-κB signaling that drives CD38 expression.
Skin tea. I want to make absolutely sure you remember this. The papery dried skin of red onions contains 4 to 6 times more quercetin than the flesh itself.
Petrol is a sirtuin sensitizer. David Sinclair takes it daily. It doesn't increase NAD+ more sensitive, but like a volume amplifier. The same NAD does more work.
From turmeric, a compound most people know for anti-inflammatory effects, also activates NRF2, which upregulates NAMPT. Your NAD negotiation on this
is the complete kitchen NAD+ protocol at a glance.
For precursor production, edamame, avocado, broccoli, mushrooms, B3-rich protein beans.
Lifestyle activators. And the single most potent activator, more powerful than any food or supplement, is specifically Zone 2 aerobic exercise. The fifth where you can speak and start wholesome
intensity interval training activates sirtuins through calcium signaling, specifically KMK2. Independent nilpadmins boosts NAD.
Restriction was the first scientifically proven way to activate sirtuins, but you do not need to starve yourself. Time-restricted eating achieves most of the signaling benefit with far better adherence.
Sauna or hot bath activates heat shock proteins that directly regulate SIRT1 expression, and rehot product enzymes achieves a meaningful subset of these benefits.
Exposure,
ending your shower with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water, activates premix for duration. Consecutum is for proteins, contributing NAD pathway.
When an NAD-dependent repair processes peak.
SIRT1 runs its highest repair activity in deep sleep, but the timing matters profoundly. Deep sleep stages are most abundant in the first half of the night.
Lifestyle anabolic protocol.
Daily. Zone 2 exercise 20 minutes morning. Vansalt waste and sobriating via batuans. They are designed together. The NAD Taptas morning formula. I designed this to deliver as many NAD DX precursors, CD38 inhibitors, and Sabin activates as possible.
2 tablespoons of fresh parsley, muddled with 2 tablespoons of water, then pressed through a fine strainer. What you collect is concentrated apigenin solution. Fresh is your CD38 muzzle.
You word Nikwafen for maxi BD at the Shenber.
Remember, quercetin and apigenin suppress CD38 and making them additive. You get compound protection.
4. 1 teaspoon of raw cacao powder. Not cocoa, not hot chocolate mix. Raw cacao. It contains resveratrol, quercetin, flavanols for nitric oxide production. A pinch makes all the difference. Piperine blocks enzymes, letting key compounds reach your cells.
I'm small, but I'm the game changer. It's the most important step.
A tiny pinch, a massive impact. Specific combination, each element amplifies the others. EGC activates the MUPET. INAP Regula 38. This is 1 coordinated CD nabrium. You want to go beyond food sources, mixing a measured dose of RR or NMN powder directly into this formula.
When you add me direct, science of the protocol
matters. Wake up. Formula immediately on based on empty stomach. The thumbs ETUS in many brisk water. And NAMT upregulation is maximized. Week 1, most people report a subjective shift in morning energy within 3 to 5 days. This is AMK and NAMT beginning to respond. Clinical evidence show about NADD restoration in humans. 2020 Washington University. NM improved muscle insulin sensitivity, improvements in fatigue, Colorado. Building a complete longevity stack. Compounds that synergize powerfully with NAD restoration. Coenzyme NQ10, which works with NADBA in the mitochondrial electron transfer chain. Pause here and ask you something. Save this video right now. The formula section alone took me weeks to compile from the research literature. If you are thinking of someone in your life, Axina Seymour share Sinclair's information theory of agings. Your DNA is like a hard drive. The epigenome is the read-write system that becomes corrupted, and the body forgets how to be Remarkable finding from NADIA research. Olkintimal models, human data, NADIA restoration does not just slow aging. It reverses some aging markers. Plus is restored and sirtuins reactivate. Here is what happens simultaneously. SIRT1 deacetylates histones, activating the genes that regulate collagen protocol, your gut microbiome in Nacursor factory. Left the Resurium affinipreces. Kimchi answer fries for bactinamide into NMN. Management is not optional in this protocol. It is molecular necessity. Every 15 minutes of acute psychological practices, stress measurably increases cortisol. Factor disrupting NADI muscle repair is blue light from screens after 8 p.m. It delays the sleep transition, shift to 3x this window, for screens or from those repair. Who choose to drink alcohol, the timing relative to sleep matters. Alcohol within 3 hours of sleep disrupts NAD10 repair cycles, but if consumed 6 hours before. Interested in supplemental AD precursors, the NMN versus NR question. Antikinamide, adenomide riboside. Both are men, nicotinamide mononucleation. One more depletion mechanism I want to explain. The tryptophan diversion. Normally is fed to nadopun, but on an infravertical one through the de novo pathway. To reduce excess PARP demand, protecting your NAD from unnecessary consumption. Sunscreen directly reduces UVDN damage created by modern lifestyle damage. Complete NAD restoration protocol at a glance. Food protocol, daily NADS inhibitor from edamame alcatri mushrooms. This is the thin picture. To know if the protocol is working? 2 levels of measurement. Subjective track your energy, recovery, sleep, and clarity. Objective a NADF blood test before and retest at 3 months to compare. Plus is one of 9 hallmarks of aging identified by the 2013 Lopez-Otin paper that defines modern geroscience. The hallmarks include genetic alterations through DNA research. Close this episode with something that I find genuinely moving. NAD Plus is 3.5 billion years old. It appeared in the first living cells on this planet. Dr. Mira, if this episode gave you a new lens on why your body feels the way it does, please share it with someone who needs this information. All scientific references are if you want the rest of this.
Thank you. On behalf of every longevity gene that just reacted, on behalf of every mitochondria now being more efficient, that you chose to pair station that now are running more stent.
Is the gatekeeper of your NAD Plus production. It converts nicotinamide into NMN, the direct upricate NAMT. But optimizing fast is key to boosting your NAD. Testing is available to measure your NADS status. Whole blood measurement gives the most comprehensive picture. Optimal levels are 40 to immune cells. Bait to consume allows you to track progress. Hormonal dimension of NADs is important for anyone over 40. Estrogen regulates NAMT expression in women. Estrogen declined also point and certain manifestations. Thyroid and AD Plus have an underappreciated connection. Thyroid hormone levels directly influence mitochondrial AD utilization. Hypothyroidism reduces mitochondrial respiration. This far, you now understand AD biology better than the majority of physicians who were never trained in this science. That one is remarkable. Seeds, 1 tablespoon daily, deliver both tryptophan for denavifak and zinc deficiency in NAD pathocofactor. Zinc deficiency reduces NAMT activity by up to 25 enzymes. Chocolate above 85% cacao is a legitimate functional food for sirtuin sensitization. The resveratrol content, combined with theobromines' mild AMK effect and epication's nitric oxide support, contain both resveratrol and pterostilbene, its more biobound cousin. Pterostilberries the blaftegdid resveraces, making blueberries particularly valuable for brain NAD support. Soy products deserve special
special mention for NAD port. Natto, fermented syrups phytopades, contains the highest concentration of nattokinase, a common metabolite by the soybeans.
Oily fish, particularly sardines, provide two critical NAD-supporting fructaneously. Second, omega fatty acid, affecting the mitochondrial inner membrane's integrity. Meats, particularly chicken liver and beef liver, are the most nutrient-dense ADBUS-supporting foods available. Chicken liver has 18 millions of niagen, the highest of any common food. It provides a less obvious but important ADS support mechanism through its exceptional folate content. Folate, if you require the mechanism to mine. Granite is unique because of urolithin a compound produced when gut bacteria metabolize its elagitannins. Human trials show to clean damaged mitochondria. It's a promising longevity food. Its main mushroom occupies a unique position in the NADBA protocol for brain health. Its compounds with exercise-free DNF and NADBOS and RNSEs and neuroprost factor longevity protocol. Profane from broccoli and broccoli sprouts deserves a more detailed explanation because the mechanism is particularly elegant. Sulforaphane activates NRF2, the nuclear factor erythroid 2-related factor 2. Is the molecule that enters the Krebs cycle and generates NADH. This is why the molecular wine NAD function. Exercise and time-restricted eating both improve metabolic flexibility. From turmeric reduces NFKB, the master inflammation transcription factor, more potently than almost any food compound. Primary driver of CD38 upregulation. D3, the sunshine hormone, activates sirtuins and boosts Ne+. Testing and optimizing your levels can significantly improve your health. Magnesium is required for every ATP-utilizing reaction in the body. Without it, ATP cannot be used. Magnesium glycinate supports deep sleep. When 80 tons repair peaks. Research shows that the length of daily light exposure, photoperiod, influences NAD metabolisms. In winter, shorter days reduce natural light exposure and carnine killer cells are your primary defense against viral infections and early cancer cell recognition. Their activation, proliferation, and cytotoxicity NAD+ protocol's anti-inflammatory effects. 3 markers tell the complete story. CRP is most accessible and VMF orthic. Eyes respond to a diet in weeks. Ion, the master antioxidant, and NAD+ are deeply interdependent. Glutathione requires NAD pH, or FINEV, to be regenerated after it neutralizes a free radical. The protective caps on your chromosomes shorten with each cell division, and when they become critically short, the cell either enters senescence or dies. SIRT6 promotes telomere stability. If you want to optimize meal timing beyond the basic 16:8 window, NAD metabolism responds to meal composition at specific times. Morning meals with free tryptophans and NADA optimization. Dietary protein is foundational to NAD production, and specifically complete proteins that provide all essential amino acids fructose. 1.1 kinsino for NAD motivation. If you want to implement a more intensive quarterly NAD reset, the fasting mimicking diet developed by Walter Longo provides stevia for atom gained, and with better adherence and safety. Give you the exact step-by-step morning formula preparation one final time. Optimize for practicality. Keyword: set out your ingredients. Add let 2 over the cat water. The most common question I receive about the protocol. The honest answer: yes. Food alone can produce meaningful NAD support and significantly slow the depletion. Quality measurement is one of the most practical ways to assess your NADM optimization progress. Specifically, deep sleep percentage, the proportion of sleep in N3 slow wave with compromised gut microbiomes. A targeted gut restoration phase may be needed before the NAD+ formula reaches full effectiveness. A 30-day phase with fermented foods, prebiotic fiber, and probiotics about what the science says is reversible versus what is permanently changed. Epigenetics modificating henophanes that regulate gene expression are highly reversed. Protein BAML1 and AID engage in one of the most elegant feedback loops in biology. BAML1 valfine drives racemization of an ancestral. Give you the simplest possible practical implementation. Each meal aimed to include. It does not require tracking or calculations. It requires building the pattern into your food vocabulary. The most consistent findings across Blue Zone research is the protective effect of strong social bonds on longevity. The biological mechanism, positive social connection, reduces membrane potential and NAD transport. Deep dive on how NAD moves into mitochondria and the proton gradient relation to MELI us across the membrane where it fuels the electron transport chain. Effect in cancer, NAD implications. Cancer cells altered NADS metabolism and what this means for longevity. Plastics and NAD shrine. Emerging research on how microplastic-associated endocrine disruption affects NAD metabolism. Plus and autophagy coordination. How NADS1 coordinates with autophagy pathways for cellular cleanup. Insulin NAD depression. Creates NAD separation, creates endofluorescence and NAD+ warrants insulin signaling, creating a self-perpetuating cycle and NAD production. How SAM and methylation support NAD biobasis via nicotine decline. One baseball paprec right benebisa cyclis the same at the pathway.
Hypoxia and AD task altitude effects. At altitude, and brew oxygen triggers a cascade upregulating HIF-1 alpha and sirtuins for a 30% NAD
Biome epigenome triangle. How gut bacteria influence DNA methylation and NAD metabolism simultaneously. Foods protocol for gut-specific optimizations with bacterial strain yogurt with L. acidophilus and B. bifidum boosts vernapress, enhances gut pathways.
Water and NADT, emerging research. Molecular hydrogen's effect on mitochondrial NAD function.
Na+ and Alzheimer's disease risk, the latest research. Boosting brain cell activins and AD biomarkers, reducing harmful plaques and tau proteins.
Cardiovascular NADx. Heart is highest AD asphos consuming organ. Cardiovascular NAD protocol.
And NAD filtrage system support. As NAD levels decline with age, NAD efficiency drops, impacting Jevons and promoting overall kidney health. Liver NAD+ and detoxification and phase 2 conversion.
Collagen synthesis and NADS, the beauty protocol. Dermal fibroblast NAD for collagen synthesis and elastin.
Health and retinal protection. SIRT3 in retinal ganglion cells and age-related macular degeneration prevention. Follicle NADx and age-related hair loss. Serotonin and NAD and hair follicle stem cell trend. As we age, decreased hair growth and reducing to increase loss over time. Satellite cells and ADAC. Sarcopenia prevention. Muscle stem cell activation requires adequate NADN. Anti-sarcopenia protocol. The NAD-BEST genome map. Which genes are most affected? Comprehensive overview of NAD-BEST regulated gene expression changes. Senescent cells and NAD+, the zombie cell connection. These zombie cells release SASP, driving inflammation and depleting NAD, accelerating aging. Stem cell exhaustion and ADA restoration. Hematopoietic and intestinal stem cell function restored by NADO. The NAD blood brain optimization protocol specifically. Brain-targeted NAD blood protocol with lion's mane, pterostilbene, zone 2 specifics. Biological age, Horvath clocked. DNA methylation epicheck test. The Horvath clock analyzes methylation patterns at key sites, giving a precise biological age. NRF2 pathway, NAD's antioxidant army. Comprehensive NRF2 activation strategy for maximal antioxidant plus NAMT support.
Water and NAD absorption. The fourth phase of water, easy water, in mitochondrial membranes. This easy water formed hydrophobic surfaces. We see mitoplod separation.
NADA, adoption effects on AMEK pathway enzymes. Aminstrol. Complete longevity stack. Comprehensive integration of all longevity pathways with NADPRA as central hub proteric. And see how NAD activates sirtuins for cellulobolic balance. The complete stack. Breakfast. Complete nutrient time morning protocol. Expand morning routine integrating formula exercise, ketonize, light pathways for enhanced vitality and health. Plus and pain perception. Sirtuin regulation of inflammatory pain pathways. Loss and ADA, cochlear protection. Inner ear mitochondrial ADA decline and Pravsin prevention. As we age, NAD+ levels could drop and weakening our inner ear cells. And NADA, sirtuin osteoporation, and osteoporosis prevention. NAD+ and periodontal health, surprising connection. Ustinkinetikas. This oral systemic axis shows how gum inflammation extends the whole body. Breathing and ADB. Slow, deep breathing activates AMPK through vagal AMPK pathway. Practice and SIRT-N, the neuroscience. Gratitude and positive psychology effects on NFKB and SIRT1 expression. Community accountability and protocol adherence. Behavioral health science of longevity protocol adherence, habit formation. Testing your biological age at home, affordable options. Budget-friendly biological age assessment methods. 30-day challenge, community implementation. Dr. Mira then you invites viewers to through NAD Best Selling Challenge, supported by the latest scientific evidence. Expectations and common experiences. What to expect in the first 7 days of the full protocol. During the adaptation phase, days 1 to 3, mild fatigue is comically begin to optimize and improve. 4 expectations. The energy shift window.
what typically changes and when weeks 2 to 4. Fatigue levels rises as mitochondrial precise and your energy sustains.
2-3. The deeper changes. The longer cycle biological changes that appear in months 2-3.
How to modify the protocol for vegetarians and vegans. Plant-based adaptations provide uses tryptophan and niacin from plants. NR supplements can further optimize levels.
The time-poor person's protocol. Minimum effective dose. The absolute minimum daily investment for meaningful need pathway.
The comprehensive person's protocol, full implementation, the complete everything neandinization. This drives cellular repair and mitochondrial efficiency.
In household as implementing with your household. Age-appropriate gentle 500 days protocols for different family members. Seniors can use 500 noun J's to promote healthy aging.
Athletes NAD's protocol, performance optimization. High-performance version with HIT protocols or NAD recovery optimization. Illness NAD's restoration recovery protocol. This protocol targets key pathways after viral illness to boost cellular energy, enhancing recovery rates by up to 40%. NAD Plus in the context of existing medications. General guidance on medication interactions to discuss with physician. Longevity Kitchen Pantry, what to always have. Essential pantry list for maintaining the NAD Drain protocol consistently. Key boosters ways for cellular repair and guide and label reading for NAD foods. How to identify qualified nicotine in the store. These holograms show how they boost cellular energy. Cooking methods that preserve NAD plus precursors. Temperature emperasinus. Optimal cooking methods. Maximal Guambri the NAD test protocol with other longevity science. How this protocol integrates with other valid longevity interventions, synergizing with telomere support for a 30% efficacy boost. Future of NAD therapeutics, what's coming? Current clinical trials and near-future therapeutic NAD-A interventions. Mira's personal protocols. Disaction by VFMs of 595 ways. I reduce inflammation by 20%. Is optimizer all wellness. Community success stories, motivation and social proof. Dr. Mira's the committing of the protocol. 85% reported an energy boost, with 92% seeing better sleep and how to avoid them. The most frequent errors in implementing NAD protocol and corrections. For example, increfolic dosage is a pit. The correction is optimized timing for better bioavailability. Next episode preview, the vagus nerve. Comprehensive preview of episode 5 on the vagus nerve and agings and pathway animations linking vagus nerve health to longevity. Closing, the longevity philosophy. Ultimate philosophical statement about living consciously toward longevity. Through conscious choices, we can influence our genetic expression.